Hi there. Today I'm going to cook a dish which is called IMAM BAYILDI. It's a dish the Greeks make many times because it's very healthy. It's vegetarian. It's very easy to make. You just need some eggplants. I've taken the peel off because I don't really like the dark skin of the eggplants. You need some tomatoes, some chopped onion, a few eggs, and of course garlic and parsley and olive oil, a lot of olive oil. I will show you how to make it. Right, for this dish I use a casserole like this. It has a large bottom and you can cook much more easily, and it gives a good color on the eggplant. So I just put it on a big fire. I've got my very big can of olive oil. I need a lot of this. Right, so I'm going to just put some olive oil, Greek olive oil of course, and I'm going to put the chopped onions. These are about 2 medium-sized onions for about 5 eggplants. So just put it in, and in the meantime you cut the eggplants. Just cut them in pieces like this. It doesn't need to be much bigger than this or smaller. Just cut them up as you please. People who don't really eat eggplant a lot, they seem to like this dish very much because it doesn't really taste like just an ordinary eggplant, you know. So we just wait for the oil to heat up. Just take a wooden spoon. You hear it simmering. There you go. It's really very easy. When it starts to simmer, you just put in the eggplant. You will see that the oil you put in was quite a lot, but it gets absorbed by the eggplant quite quickly. You see, in the bottom, there's hardly any oil left. Just stir it around until the eggplant takes some color. And if necessary, of course, you put some more oil. You shouldn't be afraid to put a lot of olive oil if you buy the right olive oil, because it's very healthy, you know. And if you take the wrong kind, it's not so good for the stomach, but this olive oil is delicious. Just stir it around until the eggplant starts to take some color. In the meantime, I cut up my tomatoes and I use a chopper to chop them. Just mix them. And then you get fresh tomato sauce. It gives just that little bit extra. You see there's some leftover onions, but it doesn't matter because everything is coming together anyway. You see? This is my homemade tomato sauce. And we will need it in the eggplants. Just a little stir. I think this is a good time to put the garlic. What I use for garlic is garlic puree. It's very easy, and because I use a lot of garlic in my food, and if I don't have a lot of time, I use the garlic puree, which is very easy. It's just whack it in there and, you know, it's done. So I take about, let's say, 3 spoons of garlic, and it gives that extra taste to your food. Stir it around a bit. Starting to take color. It's nice, and the smell is great. So this is starting to take nice color, and this is the time I put just a little bit of white wine. Don't buy any expensive wine, just buy a very cheap bottle of wine, and then just on a high fire, just put some white wine and stir it around. And this is also the time you can put the tomato juice inside. Just stir it around again. If you don't have a lot of time, like me sometimes, just put dry parsley instead of the fresh one. If you use fresh parsley, of course it's going to taste just that extra bit better. But I use dried parsley. You can put quite a lot inside. Then you put pepper, and of course salt, and stir it around. It smells delicious. You take some hot water. I use this because it still has some tomato juice in it. And put some water, a little bit more. Not too much. Stir it around and just make sure that all the pieces of the eggplant are as good as covered by the juice. The only thing we need now is some bay leaves, and we need to let it simmer just like that. Just put about 4 leaves or 5. And these leaves my hubby went to get on his island. Just put down the heat and let it simmer on a small level for about 3/4 of an hour. But then the biggest thing is done. So this has been simmering for about 3/4 of an hour, and as you see, it's very soft and ready. So what do we do now? We just take 3 eggs. You close the fire underneath and you put the eggs on top, but just make sure that they are mixed with the sauce. It's best if you close the lid just to make sure that the egg is not raw anymore. The last thing we need to do is to put some cheese on top. Which cheese I use is Medzitra. It's Greek cheese, and you can compare it a little bit with Parmesan. But I use the Medzitra my mother-in-law made, and it's the best in the world. So just make sure you put a lot of cheese on top. So make sure you cover everything with the cheese, and then your dish is ready to serve. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you will make it and let me know how you did. Bye, see you next time.